The definition of insanity is doing something over and over again and expecting different results. But occasionally, you need some insane people to get anything done. Sometimes you need that crazy guy to keep trying over and over and over again until he gets it for you to ever achieve any type of success, any type of progress. Nikola Tesla was a crazy motherfucker. I think his best friend was a pigeon, but he definitely contributed a lot to humanity, to this world, and he was pretty insane. So, to some people, it may seem crazy to continue supporting the PPC after it garnered very few results. But what are you really supporting when you support the PPC? Are you supporting Maxime Bernier, the man? No, you're not. You're supporting the policy positions that you know will help Canada, will help Canadians. That's why people support the PPC. It's not a cult, a personality. It's values that everybody shares that they want to be promoted in society. So whether or not they win or lose doesn't mean I'm going to just not support them anymore. It's like, what, am I not going to be a libertarian anymore? I'm not going to like small government anymore. I'm not going to want these things. I'm not going to want less immigration anymore. No, I'm still going to want all these things, even after the party wins or loses. It doesn't matter. So whatever party is propositioning something that I agree with, something that I think is good, that I think will help Canadians, I will continue voting for that party. I will continue supporting that party. I'm not going to go over to the Conservatives and start thinking, okay, we need to start voting strategically now and to make sure Trudeau doesn't get in office, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm done with voting for parties that are pretty much liberals. And this is why Andrew Scheer lost. The PPC didn't even get enough votes to split the vote for them. They did win the popular vote, but that doesn't matter. What matters is the electoral college and the electoral vote. So, people can be mad at the PPC for taking a couple of seats, maybe from them, but that wouldn't have changed the results. And we know why the CPC lost to the extent they did, because this was their election to lose. Think about all the scandals Trudeau has been under just this past couple of months. Blackface, the groping scandal, SNC-Lavalin, many more ethics violations, Aga Khan, the list goes on and on and on. So this was the Conservative Party's election to lose. And you saw Andrew Scheer. I could see him being manipulated by the media during this whole election, the whole time. I remember when they were going to go campaign with Doug Ford, or Doug Ford's the PM or the MP, and in Ontario, right? He wouldn't even campaign with Doug Ford because he listened to the media, because the media was constantly like, oh, the people really don't like Doug Ford anymore, and it wouldn't be a good idea for Andrew Scheer to campaign with him. But right after the election, I was watching this panel with CBC, and one of the guys, I forget his name, he's like, well, it looks like Andrew Scheer made a mistake for alienating Doug Ford and not campaigning with him and all this stuff, right? He could have picked up some seats in Ontario. But, he's a cuck. What do you know? And Doug Ford isn't even that far right. Jesus Christ, man. Like, he's further right than Andrew Scheer, but he wouldn't even support that guy. Like, that's typical. That's pathetic. That's truly pathetic. So this Conservative Party deserved to lose. It's probably a good thing that they lost. I would rather Trudeau get in for another 4 years than have a minority Conservative government, or even a majority Conservative government, that just kind of releases the pressure valve on Canadians to make them complacent and to think everything is okay when it's really not. When 10 years down the road, they're still going to be replaced by a bunch of immigrants and foreigners. That is what really matters. Okay, the economy matters, but the people of the country matter most. And this is what he neglected to do. He neglected to try to appeal to the forgotten Canadians, to the people who feel like their voices are not heard anymore. And Maxime Bernier did appeal to those people. And if the Conservative Party used his platform and had him as the leader, they would have blown the Liberals out of the water. I think most people, most conservatives can agree with that. But, you know, they're still going to be mad because he's a traitor, whatever that means. You're a traitor to the Conservative, I heard some people say. Like, traitor to what? To globalism? To giving the UN a bunch of money? To signing up to the Paris Climate Accord? To allowing immigration to stay at 350,000 to 450,000 a year? Traitor? Who's the actual traitor? The only people that left conservatism and conservative values and principles were the Conservatives. And this is why they lost. But other than that, I want to really thank all of the patriots who decided to put their name on the line, put their name on the ballot, to show their face, put their name out there for the public to scrutinize, to support the PPC. You know, these people's contributions are invaluable. And they took a lot of risk by doing this that a lot of people didn't. You know, you got to respect people like Kelly Day or even Frank Vaughan and all these other people, because they put their name and their reputation on the line, even though they knew that the media, that the left, that even their supposed friends were going to attack them, demonize them, call them racist, all these things. And that takes balls. That takes courage to do this, to put your name out there, to take the slings and arrows that are definitely going to be coming your way because you're standing on principle, on what you believe. So thank you, everybody who decided to take the time, who took your own time out of the day to go and try to convince people, to change people's minds. Because it may appear like you've had no effect, no change whatsoever, but things take time. Sometimes the effect that you have created won't be visible for a very long time. And we shouldn't only do things for the benefit of the immediate or the present. You know, some people, they'll try to do great things so that their names get remembered for many years down the road. But that's not important. It's not important if everybody forgets our names, don't know who we are. That's irrelevant. What's important is going out there and teaching people, telling them about what is really going on, trying to teach them principles, values that are going to help them in their day-to-day life, in their future, teaching your children how to be good, responsible adults, contributing members to society. You know, these things are very important. And these values that you teach people will have a much more lasting effect than your name or any of the deeds that you've ever done in your life. If you can convince 1-2 people to support freedom of speech, to support small government, to support freedom, then you will change hundreds of people down the road in the future, or thousands potentially. You don't know the impact that you and your words today can have down the road, because they can have a lot. Most of us don't. We've experienced so many things probably from the actions of our ancestors whom we don't know the names of, that are benefiting our lives right now to this day. But you know, we can't name the person, we can't name the deed that they did. All that's left is the feeling, the emotion, or the values that you left. And now those people are going to pass that on to their children, to their friends, to their family. This is another way to help make the world a better place. You know, things take time. You may not see all the results right away or ever in your day-to-day life, but that doesn't mean you have to go and be like them, be like these leftists or these communists, and forsake all of your principles. Be like the CPC supporters and overlook all the things that Andrew Scheer and whatnot did so then they could win. No, it's better to always stand on principle, because then you can actually look at yourself in the mirror one day in the future and not feel like shit, and know that you stood up for a cause and that you told people what was going on and warned them. And when things go sour and things go bad and people are suffering and dying, and all the things that you told them could have helped them, well, don't feel bad at that point anymore. You did all you could. You know, you tried promoting a positive message. You tried promoting policies that would help change Canadian lives. So you did all you could. You did as much as you could. And if people forsake you for that, well, that's their own fucking fault. And when they, like I said, when they're suffering in the future, look the other way. Don't help them. Ignore them. Go and take care of your own family and your own friends that are willing to respect you and listen to you for the things that you have to say, instead of dismissing it, calling you a racist, a bigot, trying to ruin your life. You have no sympathy for those people. You did all you could, and they didn't want to listen. But don't lose hope, guys. This is not the end. The PPC will continue to exist because the Conservative Party will continue being cucks. And this option will continue to be there. Because a lot of people, they're done with the Conservative Party, right? They are completely done. They have done too much in the past year or so to alienate a large section of their base by showing their true colors, that it's going to be really, really difficult to get these people again. And it has nothing really to do with the leader, like I said, Max or even Andrew Scheer. People supported the PPC because of the policy positions. That's it. The policy positions. You know, that's why people wanted him to be the prime minister. That's why they wanted him to run the Conservative Party initially, before Andrew Scheer had the dairy cartel come in and help him win, or the Liberals did. I don't know how that actually went down, but nonetheless, I know there's a bunch of like shady shit that went on with the Conservative Party election, right? But the party will continue. It will still be here, and it will continue to grow as long as people stay firm, stay consistent, and continue to promote the values that will help Canadians in Canada. You know, whether or not people want to listen or not, you got to keep bashing it against their heads until they do listen. And when the time is up and there's no more time for convincing people, then you just worry about yourself. You worry about your family, and you warn them more than enough that you don't have to feel bad. You don't have to worry about their suffering and their pain. It's not you don't concern yourself with that. It's not an issue. But thanks again, guys. Thanks again, like I said, for putting your name out there, because not a lot of people would want to put themselves in a situation where they know they're going to be attacked, where they know they're going to be made fun of. You know, and there's a lot of people, it's very easy to dismiss everything and to say, oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Because then you're never wrong at that point, right? You know, you could always kind of be safe. You can always be like, you know, it's like one of these kids who maybe thinks he's good at football or something, but doesn't decide to go try out for the team because he's worried about losing and looking like an idiot, right? But I don't care. If I look like an idiot because I supported Maxime Bernier, a party that is actually propositioning things that I know a lot of people agree with, even if they're like, oh, you're a dumb Max supporter, though I know they agree with that, I don't feel bad at all. I don't feel stupid at all. Like the only people who feel stupid is the rest of the country who voted for people or policies that will fuck you, that will kill you at the end of the day, or make you poor as shit. So these are the only people who are going to have to look at themselves in the mirror and say, what the fuck did I do? What the fuck was wrong with me? Why didn't I listen to these people? Why did I keep supporting the Conservative Party even after everything they did? You know what could have helped them? If a lot of these shills, CPC supporters, actually held their party to task and said, hey, we're not going to vote for you if you continue promoting this leftist agenda. But no, everybody looked the other way, and because Trudeau is a baddie, and we got to ignore all the bad shit Scheer does. We can't hold him to account because that wouldn't be good. But when you do that, you get these types of results. So you may as well have just stood on principle to begin with, like all of the candidates who decided to run for the PPC. But like I said before, thank you again. Thank you for your contribution. And don't leave. Don't fret. Things, life goes on. We'll still be here. I'll still be here. All the people that are complaining right now will still be here. And life will continue. And we will need to make our lives better for ourselves somehow, some way. And what are we going to do? What's the option? What's the alternative? Do nothing? Stop? Slit your wrist? Or maybe move to a different country. But guess what? Most of us don't have that opportunity. Most of us are not going to be able to move. Do you think America is going to let your poor dumbass in their country with a low IQ and no skills? Are you kidding me? Do you think European countries are going to let you in? No. No, they're not. Do you think Africa is going to let you in? Hungary is only so big, guys. Poland's only so big, guys. So instead of thinking about fleeing and everything's fucked constantly, start racking your brains for solutions. Because guess what? You're probably going to be stuck here. So you better figure out a way to make that life better, or just shut the fuck up and stop complaining. That's all I pretty much had to say, though. If you like my content, subscribe and have a good day. See ya.